Hey guys, it is Luke from DLM here, and today we're going to be looking at the most imperative tools that a builder must have, or probably does have, if they want to build the best buildings. Now these aren't imperative, but it's a pretty good guide for what you should have and what you should aim for if you want to have a chocked out building inventory. If you are planning on spawning in a bunch of items to build some stuff, probably spawn these in as well, just so you know what you can get. Or just so you know, just so you have what is best for the job. Alrighty, the first item is obviously the pickaxe. So the pickaxe is imperative. It actually is, because otherwise you can't destroy blocks. Incredibly important. Hopefully you have one of the 4 pillar pickaxes. They are the best in the game, as well as having the best stats and the best speed. They also have an added range of 4, so you can mine 4 blocks away as opposed to a normal pickaxe. That's the first item. No one's surprised it's that. Alrighty, the second item is the Spectra Hammocks. Now the Spectra Hammocks is actually the best hammocks in the game, even though it feels like it's quite a few tiers lower than the the Pillars tools. It's actually just 1 tier lower, and there's no Pillars hammock. So the hammocks works as a hammer and an axe, 2 in 1. It's fast in the game, and this one gives you an extra range bonus of 3, which is still pretty good. The third most important tool to have, or the third most important set of tools to have when building, is the set of painting equipment. Now I have the Spectra paint equipment, which is the best in the game. I believe it's just crafted from regular paint equipment, which is bought from the clothier, plus maybe 20 ectoplasm each, maybe? I think it's ectoplasm and the painting equipment. But this is identical to the normal paint equipment, they just have much longer range, so plus 3, which is really good, as the other Spectra slash pillar items have. Really important to have painting tools. Most of the stuff here is painted. I use a lot of brown paint. If you haven't watched any of my videos, a lot of my buildings are painted brown to give the impression that they are all wood. So the Spectra paintbrush lets you paint blocks, the scraper lets you take paint off anything, and the paint roller lets you paint color walls, so background walls. All 3 of them incredibly important, probably third most important tools when building. So the next important thing you need is a piggy bank and a safe. So piggy banks, you can hold an entire extra inventory's worth. Same thing with the safe. I normally do bring a piggy bank and a safe around with me. As you can see, I actually have the money trail, which is a piggy bank that you can hold in your inventory. It doesn't need to be placed anywhere, and it can float right in front of you. You can take whatever you need out of it, you can walk away, build somewhere else, resummon it. Really good item. It's dropped from the Blood Moon enemies. Really good, both these items, especially for builders when you need an extended inventory size. The next thing we're going to be looking at is some of the building accessories. Now, there's a total of 3 building accessories we're going to be looking at. I know there is more, but a lot of them are materials for these 3 building accessories. So the first one is the tool belt, which just lets you place a block 1 further away. Or maybe it's 1 or 2. And you just get that from the Goblin Tinker, I believe. The next one is the is the Architect's Gizmo Pack. Now the Gizmo Pack lets you increase your tile and wall placement, and it lets you place them faster. It also lets you paint them as they come out of your inventory. So if you have paint in your inventory and you've got this turned on, or you've got this turned on here, up there at the top left, you got this turned on, you place a block with paint in your inventory, instantly place it. Really useful, cuts down a lot of the building time. The last one is the toolbox, which just increases tile placement and tool range by 1. So all 3 of these will increase your tile range by 3. We'll actually do a really quick example here with how far that is. Alrighty guys, so this is a little bit of a sneak peek onto our next item, except this is going to be an example of how far away you can place blocks when you have these items in. So I'm standing just in between these 2 beams. Let's see how far away I can place it. There. Place it there. I actually didn't mean to do that. So you can place it quite a distance away. You see, if we unequip all of these, how far away can we place now? We can place there. That's a massive difference. I would argue it's almost doubling how far you can place it. There are 1 or 2 I think there's 1 potion that makes you be able to place it even 1 further. that's probably not that important. Well, with these accessories on, you can actually place blocks further away than you can mine blocks, because this adds a +4 range. This adds, so you can mine 4 blocks plus X away, and with accessories you can place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks away, I believe, so X plus 5. Could be wrong, don't quote me on that. Anyway, your next item is the mechanical ruler. Now the mechanical ruler is especially important for building symmetrical builds and pixel art builds. When you are building natural builds or just regular houses, it's not terribly important, but it is still definitely something that is useful. You should probably keep it in your piggy bank like I do, so you're not always holding on to it, but so that if you do need it, you can drop it from you. Or if you do need it, you can pick it out of your inventory without going back home. Next we have something that is incredibly hard to get. One of the hardest items in the game, but super important. It is more just a quality of life one, but it's very good. Now halfway through the sentence I actually switched the two I was talking about in my mind around, but they both are very hard to get. And the one we're going to be looking at now is the drill containment unit. So the drill containment unit is an absolute beast. It's ridiculous. Lets you destroy an insubordinate amount of blocks. I'm sure you've all seen how it works. I don't really... Oh, that was a golden bird. I don't really want to wreck much, but if you're doing any terraforming, this is just obnoxiously good at getting the job done. So this item is the drill containment unit. You will not be able to get it before Moonlord. If you are cheating it in, definitely cheat it in. It's worth it. It's very useful. The next super hard item to get that is also a quality of life item is the Rod of Discord. Now the Rod of Discord is a 1 in 500 drop from Chaos Elementals in the Hallowed biome. They're like little pink teleporting guys. It's again not super important, but it really does make getting around a lot better. If I'm building up here, where's my... I want to catch some of the... That's an annoying part. It is incredibly good at just making it a lot easier to get around your house. So if you are up here and you're building, jeez, just let me catch the bloody fireflies. Ah! Alright. 3's enough. So if you're building up here and you want to get down but you don't want to go in and out and in and out, you can just teleport down here, teleport down here, and then down here, pick up your stuff, and then go all the way back. Now you can actually die from using this too quickly, so be careful, but it definitely makes building a lot faster. Also means you can get behind stuff without destroying it. Sometimes you'll build a wall and then you'll want to get under it and you'll have to destroy it. This way you can just teleport around it. Next we're on to a good summon. So I've had this summon flying around the whole game. Very important. Probably the best summon in the game. Apart from maybe the self-staff. I like this guy a bit better. It looks a lot cooler. But summons are terribly important just because it's really annoying to fight off enemies as you're building. So this guy can keep everything away from you, keep you safe. If you have some good weapons, that'll help back him up. Alright, and the last of the probably mandatory items is the grand plan. Now this is another item I do keep in my piggy bank because I'm not always using it. The grand plan or the grand design is excellent for wiring. So it has a range of infinity, so you can place wires up here and you can place as many as you want. I don't have any wires in my inventory, which is why it isn't placing them. But it's just ridiculous. It's way better than any of the other wrenches. It adds the uses of all the wrenches, the wire cutter and the actuator all together in one. It's insane. So the way it works, it also does have a ruler, which is also quite nice for pixel art, but the mechanical ruler is a bit better because it does the whole screen, I guess. But I'm going to turn that ruler off. So you can place nothing. You can place red wire by itself. You can place red and oops. You can place blue and green wire by itself at the same time. You can place all the wires at the same time. Ah, man, it's insane. It really is. Oh, sorry, I wasn't even doing that properly. I was just turning them on and off. I haven't used this item in a long time. You can place all the wires at the same time. You can place actuators. Then you can destroy all the wires at the same time. I don't want to destroy anything. But it's just insanely good for doing wiring. If you are trying to wire, make sure you have this. It makes everything just obnoxiously easier. I will actually destroy these. Oh, go away. See how good it is to have a what? Oh, It's a bloody solar eclipse. Anyway, that's how it destroys items. So that's all of the imperatives. What we're going to do now is have a look at a few items that aren't as important, but hopefully still worth having. Still worth having in your pig bank at least. Alright, we have 3 items left. We're going to go all over them at the exact same time because they're all of equal importance, useful in very, very specific situations. Maybe some more than others, but not imperative to carry around with you everywhere. So first one is the jagged guide to, the guide to the Fiber Ridge. Pretty much this lets you equip it. Once you've equipped it, you can destroy any vines, and vines when destroyed drop vines. And with these vines you can place them. That's the only way to get vines that you can place in the game. And vines are a very, very good looking piece of equipment. This probably ranks up there with like the tree wand and stuff like that. Then the reason I've got this one here and I haven't got the tree wand and the hive wand and the bone wand and stuff like that let you place specific blocks is because they're a lot more well known than this one, which is a drop from wooden surface chests, I believe. The next item we're going to be looking at, or 2 items, which is a drop from the fisherman after a certain amount of quests and is quite hard to get as a result, are the bottomless water bucket and the super absorbent sponge. So it is really annoying infinitely duping water just to fill up a little specific small boy area. So the sponge, so the bucket, it just infinitely generates water for you, super useful. The sponge does the opposite, instantly gets rid of water, and as much as you want instead of having to bucket it out and then get rid of it. Now they're both very, very useful for that specific use, but you're not going to use it in every build. The last item we're going to be looking at today, and then I can kill this bloody solar eclipse, is the binoculars, which are, they're useful, but like all they let you do is move around, which is cool, and it's probably really good for taking YouTube thumbnails, but it's not that good for building. But like, if you got them, like, I would keep them. I reckon they're cool. I reckon they're fun. That is every single item. Sorry that a solar moon bloody jump shacked me, but you know, live and let live. Anyway, that's my YouTube video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Having a little bit of discussion with our friends. Might be starting a Stardew Valley series. Probably also starting a Terraria series, a Let's Play. Both of them. Hopefully I do get around to making both of them. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoy the next video. Hopefully if you like the video, you bloody subscribe. Have a good one.